What is the deal with Tesla Solar? There was a time not that long ago when Tesla solar energy generation was thought of as a major pillar of the company business model. But if you look at things today, even as Tesla continues to grow rapidly in terms of size and value, it would appear that solar has just kind of fizzled out into nothing. Getting to the truth of the matter proved to be a much more complicated process than we'd expected, which actually helped a lot in understanding the struggle that Tesla has experienced in the world of solar energy. It's just not as easy or simple as you would think. Throughout 2023, there was a continuous narrative coming from Tesla that solar was in decline due to circumstances beyond the company's control. In Q1 2023, it was volatile weather and supply chain issues. In Q2, it was high interest rates. In Q3, it was the end of net metering in California. In Q4, it was interest rates combined with people not buying solar panels in the fall and winter. Then 2024 comes around, and something changes about Tesla's earnings report. They had always had a line item on the operational summary for solar deployed in megawatts. The last one was published in Q4 2023, and it basically showed the solar division collapsing towards zero. But then, in Q1 2024, the solar deployed line was gone. Also, gone was the specific heading for solar under the quarterly highlights report. Instead, for Q1 2024, solar was referenced once in the text on energy generation and storage, only to say that a further decrease in solar deployments had been eating into Tesla energy profits that were driven by megapack deployments. That's the grid-scale energy storage product at Tesla, which is a booming business right now. Following that, solar became nothing more than a footnote in the quarterly reports, referenced only in the really nerdy sections of the financial documents, which basically showed a steady reduction in company assets associated with solar energy and a negative cash flow associated with the entire division. Ostensibly, this is what we are trying to figure out. What happened there? Did the company simply give up? Did they fail? Does Tesla just suck at doing solar energy? In theory, they should be doing a lot better at this, and that's because in 2016, Tesla spent $2.6 billion to acquire their solar energy division. They bought out an existing provider called SolarCity. Now, you've probably heard that name before because SolarCity was founded by two of Elon Musk's cousins, Peter and Lyndon Rive, brothers who were also born in South Africa. A lot of people think that Elon Musk founded SolarCity. Technically, he did not, but Elon did figure out a way to ghost found the company. Basically, he gave the Rive brothers the idea and the money, and Elon also served as chairman of the board for SolarCity. That all happened back in 2006. SolarCity was relatively successful for the next decade until they were acquired by Tesla in 2016 for a sum of $2.6 billion. This was a controversial move for obvious reasons, so there's a lot of hearsay involved. But what we know is that in June 2023, the Delaware Supreme Court made a final ruling that Elon Musk did not push Tesla's board into overpaying for SolarCity. Case closed. That doesn't mean it wasn't sketchy, but it definitely was not illegal. And then following that court ruling, Q4 2023 would be seemingly the last time that Tesla would report on the status of their solar division. So they gave up? Well, no, they didn't. The opposite, really. In just the past year, Tesla has published 4 very high production value marketing videos to their YouTube account that feature Tesla Solar. Typically, this promotion is done in combination with the Tesla Powerwall energy storage product, but Tesla is definitely still putting a lot of effort and money into selling solar panels. These videos were clearly not cheap to make, but we did still notice something was a bit off. In all of the 3 most recent videos, the product being highlighted is a conventional rooftop solar panel, not a Tesla solar roof. So what's the difference? Well, going back yet again to the SolarCity acquisition days, Elon was touting these amazing new solar panels that looked almost identical to roofing shingles. This was a key justification for moving Tesla into the solar business, a unique and revolutionary new product that would accelerate the world towards sustainable energy. Now, whatever Elon was holding in his hand that day when he announced this product, It was not actually a solar panel. Tesla had a great idea, and they likely had a product in development, but at the time Elon was making his bold predictions, there was no functional Tesla solar roof. In fairness, they did figure it out, kind of, but not really. So here is something that Elon Musk repeats fairly often. This idea that it's relatively easy to build just about anything at a very high cost and a very low quantity. Manufacturing only gets difficult when you're trying to produce the largest amount for the lowest price. Tesla definitely does make a solar roof, and by most accounts of people who have one, it's a fantastic product that works as advertised. But the actual number of houses that have been equipped with the solar roof has been notoriously small. There is no official number, but according to some reports, it's at least 3,000, but almost certainly less than 10,000. Some combination of availability and price seems to be the limiting factor here. In July 2023, Tesla settled a $6 million class action lawsuit with their prospective solar roof customers. The lawsuit came as the result of a surprise price increase to many solar roof order holders who had signed contracts but were still waiting to receive their installation. In many cases, Tesla jacked up the quoted price by nearly 100%, which left customers justifiably pissed off. We know from the lawsuit documents that over 8,500 customers of the Tesla solar roof were affected by the 2021 price hike. Now, we don't know what percentage of total order holders that accounts for, but it demonstrates that at this moment in time, there was significant demand for the product. According to the same lawsuit, more than 6,300 of those customers made the decision to cancel their Tesla contracts as a result of the price change. Elon Musk chalked this up to mistakes made in assessing the construction needs, telling investors, quote, "Some roofs are to be literally 2 or 3 times easier than other roofs. If a roof has a lot of protuberances, or if the core structure of the roof is rotted out or is not strong enough to hold the solar roof, then the cost can be double, sometimes 3 times what our initial quotes were." So if we look at the company's most recent promotion of the solar roof product that was in December 2023, they released one of their highly produced videos that featured the solar roof in the context of a new subdivision where houses were being built with the solar roof and Powerwall integrated during the construction phase, which in hindsight is probably the best way to implement a product like this. Now, going back to those conventional solar panels, we thought that maybe Tesla had been busy with their own in-house industrial solar deployments. Look at the roof of Tesla's Gigafactory Texas, Giga Nevada, even Giga Buffalo, all being covered with solar panels. We've seen Tesla supercharger stations being equipped with solar panel canopies. Maybe that is what Tesla Solar has been focusing on. No. Turns out those solar panels on the roofs of Tesla's own buildings are not Tesla Solar at all. The installations are provided by the Chinese company LONGi, also known as the world's largest manufacturer of solar power modules. And that kind of brings us into a larger reason why Tesla might be gradually bowing out of the solar energy game. The Chinese are just too good. And it's not just Tesla that can't compete with China in the solar market. It's every domestic US company. The problem has become so bad in the past couple of years that the American government moved to increase tariffs on Chinese solar panels to 50%. It was already at 25%, but that was doing nothing to stem the flow of foreign-made energy products. The cost of manufacturing solar equipment in China is 55% lower than in the United States. Say what you will about Joe Biden. I'm Canadian, I don't care. But one thing that his government focused heavily on was moving a lot of critical infrastructure manufacturing like batteries, solar panels, and microchips away from the Asian market and back to North America. For batteries and chips, that seems to have actually been quite successful, but it didn't really work for solar panels. The Chinese have also been skirting their way around a lot of these import tariffs by moving their solar cell manufacturing to third-party countries like Malaysia, Cambodia, Thailand, and Vietnam. These 4 countries accounted for 84% of all US solar panel imports by the end of 2023. Tesla is not immune from this problem either. One thing that the company does not do is produce their own photovoltaic solar cells. The solar roof tiles and other products are assembled at the Tesla factory in Buffalo, New York, but the actual cells themselves come from either China or some other Southeast Asian origin. So every time these import tariffs increase, that takes a bite out of Tesla solar profit margins. This is unfortunate, because one of the big initiatives at Solar City prior to the Tesla acquisition was an American manufacturing facility for solar panels. That's what the Buffalo, New York factory was originally built for. Solar City had made an acquisition of their own, buying a company called Silevo, who was a maker of high-efficiency solar modules. Solar City would then team up with Panasonic to manufacture the new solar product at high volume. The plan was to reach a capacity of 1 gigawatt per year by 2019, making it the largest solar plant in the United States with a projected workforce of nearly 1,500 manufacturing jobs. That never happened. Post-Tesla acquisition, there was some solar panel manufacturing done at Buffalo in partnership with Panasonic, who had about 400 of their own people working in the factory. Tesla started building their prefabricated supercharger stations in there as well. There were about 800 total employees as of late 2018, which we know because the state of New York, who funded the construction of the factory, still expected Tesla to provide the 1,500 jobs. New York threatened to start taking back their money if that didn't happen. What did happen was Panasonic packed up and left the factory in 2020, taking their entire solar manufacturing operations and their 400 staff members and relocating to Malaysia. Tesla did increase the headcount at Buffalo to 1,500 people, but that was done by moving a large portion of the autopilot division into the New York property. This is where they had people doing manual labeling of video files for artificial intelligence training. Tesla also has plans to install a large Dojo supercomputer cluster in the Buffalo factory at some point in the near future. Now, what we've been able to gather so far from here is that Tesla Solar is definitely not dead, not yet, but it's not doing well either. It's certainly far from living up to expectations that were set back in 2016 and 2017. Does that suck? Yes, but it's not the end of the world either. Tesla has spent a lot of resources diversifying their business model, from electric cars to charging stations, battery storage, solar self-driving taxi services, AI robots, and who knows what else is coming in the future. You can't be all things to all people. No one is going to excel at every single thing they try. So solar just didn't work out, not yet at least, but this is still a long game.